Hey guys, it's Emma. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be resetting all our book stuff for the year. So I already posted my, resetting, making my normal personal goals and kind of romanticizing the new year. But this is going to be related everything to books. I want to reorganize my bookshelf. That's probably going to be a tomorrow thing because it is late at night and I kind of want to just do the chill calming stuff, but I do want to reorganize my bookshelf. I do have to update my reading journal for obviously everything that happened in December, and then for the new year, of course, we have to add, I want to add a bunch of new pages and new things to my reading journal, so that's going to be exciting. I want to update my board game and probably kind of change the way I pick my TBR, and I want to pick my TBR for January 2, or I don't know about that yet. Yeah, that one I'm not too sure about, but the first thing we're going to start with is my Notion. So if you guys don't know, I use Notion for literally almost everything. And I have a tab in my Notion that's called All Things Books. So I'm gonna record my screen so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. But this is what it looks like. It's literally called, like I said, All Things Books. And I have to basically delete everything that I have here. So I figured out, I think it was my YouTube tab. I made I clicked this plus sign right here to make another table. It deleted everything I had before. So if I change this to 2025, this would be changed to 2025. I thought it was making a different one and it just wasn't. Instead of deleting my 2024 information, I'm just going to add 2025 right above it actually. So let's switch these. So now we have that. Every time I read a book, I can add it here. I actually already read one book, so we can do that. I read Wrecked by Lauren Asher, and I think I'm gonna give it 3.75 stars. I don't really know page count, so that's just gonna stay. We have our first book for 2025. All of that is going to stay here. I need to delete all the information that's in these. This is pretty simple. I'm just gonna go to literally every single month and delete those. So you guys probably don't even have to watch me do this. Also, I don't think I'm gonna change any of the pictures that I have, the cover pictures that I have, just because I like them. I don't feel the need to change them. That's just more work for me. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with the pictures that I have right now, so those are just gonna stay. Okay, so now that I've done that, so if you guys don't know, my 24 books for 2024, I read 23 out of 24, and I only didn't read 3, which honestly I'm so proud of. I didn't think I was going to read a lot of the books that I had on the list, but I came through in the last month because of the video that I made. Yeah, these books didn't get read, which I still really want to read those this year, so they're still high on my radar, but yeah, that can be taken off, and this we're gonna actually have to replace with 25 books for 2025. I don't want to completely delete it because I want to make sure that I have 25. I don't want to miscount, so I'm gonna go through it also one by one to delete every single title. So that's that. I think I want to change this color to pink just because I love the color pink and I don't know why it's in blue, honestly. My reading goals also, let's go over that. So I have crossed it off over time that I've completed it, so let's just uncheck them, so we could do that right now. So read 5 fantasy books. I did read 5 fantasy books. We'll check it off, but the 5 fantasy books I read was Divine Rivals, Ruthless Vows, Once Upon a Broken Heart, Harry Potter, and Never. The last 2 books, Harry Potter and Never, also pulled through in December to finish. That's why that goal got done. And then read 40 books, as you guys probably know or don't know if you haven't watched my video where I ranked all the books that I read. I did read 63 books, which is very unexpected. That's the most I've read in a year. Yeah, I was reaching for 40 and I went for 63, so definitely did read 40 books. And finished 2 series. I don't know why I only put 2. I guess I just didn't realize how many series I was in the middle of, but I did definitely complete more than 2 series. Actually, my series tracker, I recently kind of organized and I put the series that I'm in the middle of all the way at the top, and then series that I haven't even started, and then series that I have finished. I actually have to move this whole Harry Potter series. So I did complete the Chestnut Springs series this year. I think I read Powerless, Reckless, and Hopeless this year. Gold Rush Ranch series I completed. I read the last book the Knock 'Em Out series, I read Things We Left Behind. Maple Hills, I read Daydream and Wildfire, I think. Queen's Cove, I think I read that whole series this year. Obviously, I finished the Magnolia Park series, so I finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and I did start a few series, which I'm actually like about to finish or just started or just right in the middle of. Yeah, and I also want to make a series tracker page in my reading journal, so that's exciting. But now we have to go back to this. This is every single book that I read. Oh, I don't know why I said I read 63. I read 66 books. We're starting at 1. We could put rect on there since I did complete that one. We're gonna set my reading goal. So I'm gonna go to Goodreads and do this because I feel like everyone puts their reading goal on Goodreads. Okay, how many books would I like to read this year? So last year I put 40 and the year before that I put 50. The reason I went down to 40 in 2024 is because I did struggle a little bit to meet the 50 goal in 2023. But considering that I read 60 books or over 60 books last year, I think I'm gonna put my goal back at 50. I don't exactly want to put it at 60 because I think I just had so much free time and I was reading any chance I got. So I just was able to read so many books, but I also don't want to pressure myself to get to 60 books again. So I'm just gonna put 50. I think it's a good amount for me. Yeah, reading goal for this year is 50. Now we're gonna talk about some other reading goals. Oh, I didn't even talk about the other reading goal that was here, which is reduce physical TBR to 15. And I had been tracking this throughout the year, and I do have 21 books on my physical TBR. So I was close, but not exactly. That is something that I'm also gonna keep this year, but we're gonna change the number. I think this might stay. Obviously we have read 50 books. This one's probably gonna go at the top. And then I do wanna read a certain amount of fantasy books because I do wanna get more into fantasy. And I have some other goals that I'm going to add as well. I've been writing it down on my phone just so I don't forget it. For reducing my physical TBR, I think I'm gonna put 10. I know I had 15 last year and I still didn't even reach it, but I have been so good at not buying books and reading from my shelves that I really do think I can reduce my physical TBR to 10, because even if I do buy a book, I'm reading it automatically. Like today, I just got Killer Instinct from Amazon, like it just got delivered, and that's the next book I plan on reading. So I've been very good with like buying books and reading them automatically, or just reading books straight off my shelf. So I genuinely think that by the end of the year, I can reduce my physical TBR to 10 or less. Yeah, hopefully I will complete that one. Next goal, I'm going to put don't start a new series unless I finish one. As simple as it is, I don't want to continue to start books that are the first book in a series, because then I have to get wrapped up in another world, and I tend to do that so much. Like I just want to read literally every single book that everyone's talking about, but I tend to forget that books come after it, and then I get mixed up on like what books I want to read in what series. So if I want to start a new series, I have to finish one, which I honestly think is gonna be very simple, because a lot of series that I'm in the middle of, I only have like 2 or 1 book left to read from it. So I really do think that this goal should be fine. Kind of similar, but it's don't buy a book unless I'm gonna be continuing, that's not how you spell continuing a series or finished a series. So it's basically gonna be like a reward that if I finish a book, if I finish a series, I can buy a book. Obviously, if you guys don't know, like for example, the Wild Side, or what is that series called? The Rose Hill series, which is Elsie Silver's new series. She's still coming out with books, and I'm caught up with all the books that have come out, and Wild Side comes out this year. I obviously wanna buy that book. So like series like that are like kind of like new releases, or I need to buy the next book in the series to read it. That is like when it's exceptional to buy the book. And if I finish the series, then I can buy a new book, whether it's a standalone or no. Yeah, I guess when it's a standalone, or just buy a book in general. Now for finished series, we're gonna go to our series tracker and see how many series that we're in the middle of. So Good Girls Guide to Murder, I think I can finish this one, so we're gonna put 1. Inheritance Games, maybe we'll put 2. This is going to be the last book in the Windy City series, so we'll put 3. I think I could read the Twisted book. Dirty Air series, I think. The Housemaid, I don't really know. Once Upon a Broken Heart, I think so too. Rebel Blue Ranch series, I think I'll be able to finish that one. This might be a reach. This might be a little bit of a goal that's gonna be a stretch, but we always have those goals. And I think I'm gonna finish 10 series. Might be a stretch, but I genuinely think that I can do it. I think this year I want to focus more on reading books that are in a series, and like books that I'm in the middle of. Like the Addicted series, I really want to get through that one, and that's a very long series, but I just really want to read it, and I think I could complete this goal. if I really do try. Read fantasy books. This one, I don't really know like how many fantasy books. I think I'm also gonna read 5 fantasy books. I think 5 is fine because I do read more romance books and I don't want to pressure myself to read so many fantasy books if I don't want to. Because I'm still not like super into the fantasy world. Like I still need to like kind of ease my way into it. So I think 5 is fine for right now. So those are my reading goals for the year. That is 6 goals. I think it's nothing too crazy. I think it's like perfect the way it is. So now I do have to fill in my 25 books for 2025. I did make a video on this. So if you guys want to like see in detail like what the books are about, what they are, you could go watch that, because I'm not gonna like talk about it too much. I'm just gonna kind of fill it in. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'll be back to honestly probably start figuring out what I want to do with the board game and figure out a new way to pick my TBR. So I'm gonna fill this in and then I'll be back. Okay, so I just finished putting the 25 books for 2025. That's this whole list right there. I actually didn't realize that I put rect on my list, so I was able to check that one off already, which is crazy. I completely forgot that I put that. Yeah, I finished that. Now I'm going to update my board game. If you guys don't know, in like March, I made my own little board game that picks my TBR for the month. So this is what it looks like, and I think I still want to somewhat incorporate this into what I use to pick my books like monthly. I did check the book cards that I have here because I did have to update them. Some of the book options that were here, I had already read it, so I just like got rid of them. I'm not gonna make any new ones because one, I don't have any more of this like cardboard thing, and eventually when I run out of these, I'm just going to use a TBR jar, which that is what I want to do to pick my books for the month. So we are going to find a bunch of like TBR prompts, and I think I'm gonna write them on my computer. Oh, my mom's here. Okay, so if you hear some noises in the background, it's my mom in the kitchen. Say hi. Hi. I forgot what I was saying. I think I was talking about these little cards, but basically I'm just going to leave the ones that I have not read, and then when I run out, I'm eventually going to make the TBR jar. That's what I was done talking about, but I think I'm gonna write them on my computer and then print out the prompts instead of write them. I just think that'll be better. Before we do that, I do have to update the little papers that I pick out of the Ziploc bag, like if it lands on one of the pink, blues, or purples, because I have 6 of the blues, 3 of the purples, and 4 of the pinks. So I'm just gonna add 2 more pinks and 3 more purples, which it's purple is fantasy, pink is romance. To look for TBR prompts on Pinterest, and then I'm just going to start typing them in on a Google Doc, and then we'll print those out as soon as I'm done. I don't know how many I want to do. If I want to do 5 TBR prompts every month, I would need to find 60. That's a lot, isn't it? I think I'll probably do like 65, maybe 70. Yeah, this will take a while, so. Tell with the way my hair has like dried a little, but I finished doing all the prompts and I printed them out. It's like 2 pages worth. I did 65. A lot of them I repeated because I literally couldn't think of any more. So I have 5 free picks, and then I think I have 5 of board game chooses. So basically that's why I wanted to still incorporate the board game. So once I pick board game chooses, I'll get the dice like I usually do, roll the dice, wherever it lands on, that's what I'm gonna do. So I decided to still like include that if I wanted to. And then I also duplicated a friend chooses. I think I have like 3 of those. And then I have mom picks book. I have 2 of those, I think. And then Oh, I added another free pick at the end because I was just like, I can't think of anymore. So I duplicated that. I duplicated the next book in a series, a book on your 2025 TBR. So yeah, I just had to like make more of one because I couldn't think of any more TBR prompts, and I was like slowly giving up. So yeah, but I did that. And then I also, since I was printing, I also just printed out the books that I read in December so I can add that. So I'm going to cut all of this. Also, we're going to be picking these not out of a TBR jar. We're going to do it out of a bag. So when I do these videos, I'm not going to say TBR jar picks. I'm going to say TBR prompts. Pick my TBR. Yeah, I'm going to cut these out, put them in the Ziploc, and then I'm going to cut these, and then we will just go from there. A lot of the rest of this video is going to be just clips of me doing things because now we're going to start getting into the reading journal. Yeah, I think honestly might as well just finish the 2024 section. So literally all I have to do, actually I have to update a lot. I have to update the books that I read for my TBR in December. I have to go back to my 24 books to read in 2024, color some of that in. I have to put my book of the year. I actually should have printed that out. I'll do that next month, honestly. I have to update the monthly reading, and then I also have to update my physical TBR, you know, shelves, and then I think that's it. So honestly, I'm going to do all of that, and then I'll get back to you guys when we're going to start our 2025 section in the reading journal. Okay guys, so I'm gonna do a voiceover for a lot of these next clips because it's just me kind of filling in my reading journal. So right now what I'm doing is my 24 books to read in 2024. I was just filling in the rest of the books that I read in December that I completed, and then I started filling in my monthly reading. So I think I read about 8 books in December, so I did that, and then I filled in the top books of the year. I forgot to print out the Magnolia Parks one, but that is what's gonna go there. In my physical TBR page, I was just filling in the books that I read and the books that I bought, so that's what it looks like completed. Then I had to fill in the books that I read for my December TBR, which was only 2, so that was pretty quick. And then I started doing my actual December like books that I read. So this kind of took a little bit longer, obviously, because there's a lot more that goes into kind of talking about the books, the genre, all of that. Then for the last page for 2024, I wanted to do a my 2024 reading wrap. So obviously inspired by Spotify, I saw it on Pinterest and decided to do that. So that came out super cute. But then I started on my 2025 page. So that was my 2025 kind of welcome page with all my goals. I didn't have any space, so I just kind of put the goals in bubbles. And then I started filling in my 25 books to read in 2025. So again, this also took a little bit long, obviously, because I had to write every single title. Then the next page I did was my series tracker page, which this also took long because I didn't realize how many series I actually was in the middle of. This took a little bit long and it came out cute though, so very proud of it. So committed to finishing this book, and I'm honestly not sleepy, so it's like not bad either. But I did finish some pages. I think I already I want to do like a voiceover, so hopefully I did that. But yeah, I already did the like welcome page, the 25 books to read in 2025, and then I did a series tracker page. I didn't know I was gonna need that many pages, and honestly I think I'm gonna leave this page blank too, just in case, because I will probably read more series. So I'm just gonna leave this page blank and go on to the next page. I don't know what else I have to do. I have to check. Okay, I have to do a 2025 reading log, the monthly reading, like to track how many books I read each month. I have to do the top books of the year. I'm gonna do that now. You guys are gonna watch me do that, and then I don't know if I'll get back to you guys or like see you tomorrow, because after I finish my reading journal, I do want to obviously do my January spread, my January TBR, and all of that. So I'll probably do that tomorrow so we could pick my January TBR, or actually I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna do all of that right now, and I'll update you whenever I decide to update. Hey guys, so it's the next day, and I do have the same sweatshirt on because it is literally freezing in my house. I have a whole outfit like underneath, but I was like, no, it's too cold in here. So I do the sweatshirt back on. Sue me, okay? I just opened the blind so it could be brighter in here, but I did end up finishing the pages that I wanted to finish in the reading journal last night. So let me show you guys literally everything that I did. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys my 2024 wrap. I did total books read, which is 66, most read month October, least read month January/June, number of 5 stars 3, and then book of the year. This again, it's literally the same as this one. I have to print out the picture of obviously Magnolia Park so I could put it here and in the page I just showed you. And then it starts the 2025 page, which I love how it came out. At first, like, my 5 looks so bad. At first, it just looked so bad with just the numbers. And I was like, wait, let me add stuff to it. So I started adding, like, little bubbles. And then I was like, oh, crap, I forgot to add the goals. So then I just started putting the goals, also little bubbles. But I think it looked cute either way. And then I put my 25 books to read in 2025. I think this one looks so much better than how I did it last year. Like, this one I just, like, stacked the books. This time I had some, like, leaning. So I really like how that came out. The series tracker, there's so many. I didn't know I had this many. I have it on my Notion, but on Notion it doesn't look like that much, but seeing it on paper I was like, wow, I'm in the middle of a lot of series. So yeah, and then I like kind of just colored in the ones that I have. A lot of the series I don't know like if they're coming out with more, how many there is. Akatar, I'm pretty sure there's 2 more coming out, so I just like kind of left that open. For the Binding 13, left that open too. I don't know how many books are going to be there. The Lakefront Billionaire series, I don't know how many are there. I don't know if it's just 3. What was it? The Dreamland Billionaire series, it was only 3 books, so I don't know about that one. Yeah, just a lot of the books I didn't know what to do about them. I don't know why I didn't finish the Harry Potter one. Like, I don't know why I just left that one open. It's okay. And then I left another page, like, just in case I start a new series, because I do plan on it. Yeah, and then I did my 2025 reading log. I didn't have this last year, which made no sense to me. So I was like, let me do it this year. So I did start my reading log. I already logged the first book that I read. And then, yeah, this one just has book title, the dates that I read it, like the day I started and ended, and then the rating. And then I have my monthly reading. Last year, I don't know if you guys remember, but it came out so bad. It was like so tiny. I didn't really like measure it correctly. So this year I made it bigger. I have all the months like sideways, and then I have 1 through 11. I usually don't read more than 7. Like, I think 10 is the most I've ever read in a month, but that was like, that's only happened once, which was in October. Yeah, maybe I'll get lucky if that happens again. So I just added 11, like, just in case. That's what this looks like. And then I did the book of the year again. This was a little hard to, like, again measure because I have to do obviously the 12 months. I have to pick between those, and then, you know, just keeps going. I think I like how it came out. And then the next page is obviously blank because I have to do the January spread, January TBR, which I actually think I'm gonna make a video, like another version of like resetting for the month. Oh, it probably came out before this if I'm doing it correctly. I'm not really sure, but I want to do another video that's like resetting, like how I reset monthly, and then do my January TBR, everything for January here, make my January goals all in that video. So yeah, I want to do that. I don't know if that already came out before this or it's gonna come out after this. I think I'm gonna do that. Now, the last thing I'm gonna do for this video is reorganize my bookshelf. Honestly, I like how my bookshelf looks right now. It's just been so long since I've like reorganized because I have gotten more books, and then every time I get a book, I have to like put it with the author. Like, if it's a book that I already have the author of, I want to like keep it together. I usually have to like move some books, and then I have like little stuff on my shelf too. So let me just show you guys. I was gonna use the mic that I usually use, and since I got a new phone, this no longer connects, so that sucks. I probably need to get a new one, so that's great, isn't it? Okay, let me just bring you guys closer then. This is gonna be so hard. Actually, let me just change the tripod. Okay, just switched to the tripod. So this is what my shelf looks like right now. So to start at the top, I have my senior crowns up here. I don't really know where to put those because I don't want them to get ruined, but also like, yeah, I just don't know where to put them. So those are just gonna stay up there for right now until I get like so many books that it's gonna have to be forced to move. So I have that up there, I have an E up there. Anyway, I have an E up there. I have a Lego like parrot. And then this shelf I have my snow globes. If you don't know, I collect snow globes every time I go somewhere new, and a lot of these are my Europe ones. They're just like the prettiest ones I have. My other snow globes are in like a box, and I don't want to keep them in a box. Like obviously I get them to display them, so I wanted to display some of the ones I have. And then I have my little book flower vase back there. I have my board game over here. I have my album book here. I have some jars that have like shells in them. I have this vase, or not a vase, candle that I barely use actually. And then I have this little E that goes here too. And then now to the actual bookshelf here. This is where like all my colorful romance books are, I would say. So I have all my Emily Henry, and then Carly Fortune, K.L. Walther, and then these are just like random like romance books, Sarah Adams. And then Powerless is up here just because there was no space. So this is what I'm talking about, like I need to reorganize kind of. And then I have all my Elsie Silver, Lucy Score, Abby Jimenez, Taylor Jenkins Reid. And then moving down, I also have to be like slowly moving down with you guys, so this is gonna be a little complicated. Oh, also I forgot to tell you guys, like on this shelf I have like little like trinkets. So like I have this owl. I have it right now for Valentine's Day because Valentine's Day is coming up in like a month. So I just put everything now there. And then obviously I have my TBR prompts that I just did set there. And then I have these like little squishy things that like my little sister on my team gave me once. I have those set up here. I have a little Sunny Angel. And then this shelf is like mostly fantasy. I have the Once Upon a Broken Heart series, or just the 2 books. And then some more Rebecca Ross, Rebecca Yarros, more Rebecca Yarros, Magnolia Parks. This, like I feel like that shouldn't go there. Like I feel like it needs to be somewhere here. Like I don't know what to do yet, but yeah, I have that. And then moving more down, I don't know how to get you guys down here, honestly. Okay, we kind of did it. So, oh, and I have this little toy that looks like whiskey. I have a strawberry. I also took this out for Valentine's Day. Here I have the If He Had Been With Me, the 2 books. You see, this is another Taylor Jenkins Reid book that's just like not with the other ones. Yeah, I have like random books on, random books on top of other books that you can't even see. I have the Lauren Asher books, Good Girls Guide to Murder, Frida McFadden, Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and then just like Christmas books kind of. And then at the very bottom, I don't feel like moving the camera anymore, I have like tabs. I should like probably put this over there somewhere. I have, these are the books that I don't really like, that they're just like kind of at the bottom. So I have a lot of Colleen Hoover down here, the Cruel King trilogy. These books over here I just like did not like, which honestly I'm thinking about like, should I just like get rid of them? Like if I didn't really like them, honestly. I have the Twisted series, Mia Sheridan, some like classics from school that I had to read. That is what my shelf looks like. I don't even know where I'm gonna start. I don't know if to take off like just all the books on my shelf, but I also like don't know what I want to do with it, because at the end of the day I'm not gonna have space for a lot still, because as you can see I have a lot of books that are just like on top of other ones. Yeah, I was thinking about starting like to take off the stuff up there. Then I would have to look for a place to put those things. Technically, I could place these books here. Like I like the kind of messy look of it still. I think that's fine. I look so funny from down here. Yeah, I just think I have to reorganize them because like I just said, Taylor Jenkins Reid is like down here. These like Lauren Asher books, I feel like they deserve to be with the other romance books. Magnolia Parks is kind of in a weird spot, I feel like. Yeah, I feel like everything just needs to be like a little bit more organized, so I don't even know where to start, but we're just gonna start taking things off, I guess. I honestly think this shelf and the stuff that's at the top is gonna stay the same. Like I don't feel the need to change any of this, so I think we're gonna be focusing on literally just the book sections. Because I thought I was gonna like take everything out, but I didn't. So, but I honestly don't know what to do about, like, honestly, a lot of the books down here, the only books I really like from down here, obviously the Christmas books, like, they could stay, but even, like, the 2 Christmas books I read last year, like, I didn't really like. So, like, should I get rid of those? And then also Serenading Heartbreak, The Obsession, You Deserve Each Other, The Dead Romantics, They Both Die at the End, Ghosted, Underneath the Sycamore Tree, The Cruel Prince Trilogy. Like, these books, I feel like I could kind of get rid of them, and I won't care. But honestly, that might be just, like, for another day. Because I don't know if I actually do want to get rid of them. Yeah, that's what my shelf looks like. So if you guys don't know what I changed, I honestly didn't change much. So this shelf up here, oh, you guys see my head, but it's okay. Basically, all I changed is the Lauren Asher books are here now together. And then I think that's, like, pretty much it. I just put the little owl in between the books. And then I put back the little animals, the Sunny Angel. And then here, I put the Magnolia Park series here with the Taylor Jenkins Reid books because I do love all of these books. And then I put Normal People here. I'm kind of covering the Twisted books because I don't like them that much. But I also don't think they should go, like, on the bottom. So I put them here, but I'm, like, kind of covering it with the Strawberry. I feel like all of these, like, they're kind of, like, meaningful, heartbreaking books, like, kind of besides the Twisted series. Oh, I didn't realize. I think this is zoom in. Yeah, it is zoomed in. Yeah, so all of these books are, like, kind of, not sad books, but, like, they make you feel something. So that's why I kind of put all of those together. And then down here, you guys could kind of see that. I put the little whiskey toy here again. And then I have kind of my thriller mystery books on this side. And then the rest are fantasy books. And then at the bottom, like I said, it's just books that I, like, haven't really read and, like, don't want to read soon, or just books that I simply did not like. So yeah, that is what my bookshelf looks like. I've been wanting to do that because I felt like it was kind of a mess. Like, I was just kind of putting books wherever now. What sucks is that I know I'm gonna get a lot more books in series. Like, the Natural series, I just ordered Killer Instinct and I want to get that whole series, and it's 4 books in total. I don't think I'm gonna get the Final Gambit that's in the Inheritance game, so that should be fine. And then I'll probably get the next Housemaid book. I'm not really sure. Yeah, and then, like, the Once Upon a Broken Heart, I still have to get the other one. So there's a lot of books that still need, like, adding to this shelf, which is probably gonna be a problem soon. That's something to worry about in the future. So I think that is it for resetting everything book related. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna end the video here. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and enjoying this little series of me resetting for the new year. I didn't do, like, a series last year just because I felt like I could do everything in one video, but there's just so much I want to do and, like, clean out, so that's why I'm making, like, a few mini little episodes. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying it so far. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you know when I post my next video. Go follow my TikTok so you can keep up with me outside of YouTube, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!